Hello and welcome, I'm your Code Monkey, and Unity 6.2 is now available. They've been working on this version for quite a while, and now it is finally fully released. If you open up Unity Hub, in there once you want to installs, you can now install Unity 6.2, and yep, this is the latest support version. If you don't know what support it is, this is basically one of the new badges that Unity is using to basically define all their versions. If you have previous support and long-term support, if you don't know about that, then definitely watch this video where I explain what exactly those versions are. But essentially, support versions are just as stable as the LTS versions. So if you're making a project, if you're working on it right now, as long as you are more than, let's say, 2 weeks away from release, as long as it's that far away, then yep, you should be using the latest support version, which as of right now is 6.2. This version comes with a handful of new things. You've got World Space UI for UI Toolkit. UI Toolkit is actually an interesting one. Just the other day, I launched my latest free course on making a real nice game. And in there, someone asked me basically which UI tool I should use. In Unity 6, it seems the new UI Toolkit is being pushed as a new standard, which makes me think it's the recommended option. But from what I see, the community still seems to stick with the old canvas-based UI system. So here my answer is very much how personally I am still very much a fan of Unity UI. It does exactly what I need to do and works perfectly fine. So for me, for runtime UI, I still use Unity UI and will continue using that for a long time. But that's really personal preference. I believe nowadays UI Toolkit is already feature-rich and stable enough to be used in runtime and production. So if you like it, yep, you can use it, but there's no need to force yourself to use it since Unity UI is excellent. And yep, those are really my thoughts on Unity UI versus UI Toolkit. It's awesome to see how they are continuing to work on it. So adding World Space UI, that's great. It's great to see that they are continually adding more and more features onto UI Toolkit. But me personally, I still am a big fan of Unity UI. It still does everything I want, so I plan to continue using it. However, like I also said here, for edited tools, I absolutely prefer UI Toolkit. It is infinitely better than IamGUI. So yeah, if you are making edited tools, I highly recommend you research UI Toolkit. It is so much easier, so much better. So for that use case, personally, I do like UI Toolkit. But for regular UI like what I made here in this course, for this, I still very much enjoy using Unity UI. Then the other nice one is the Graph Toolkit. This is an interesting one. This is an API that basically lets you create your own graph tools. So if you want to make your own, let's say, shared graph, your own behavior tree, basically anything that has to do with graphs, you can make it by using this API. You can see how you can create all kinds of nodes. Then all those nodes can have all kinds of connections. You can have sticky nodes, you can have groups. So like I said, basically what you see inside visual scripting, inside shared graph, inside those tools, you can basically create your own custom tool using the exact same underlying tech. And like it says here, so this is the very same set of tools we're using internally to create features such as our new animation system. So yep, this is already a very robust tool and will likely continue getting updates since they are actually using it themselves. I haven't used it at all myself, but it looks like a very interesting tool. Then version 6.2 also comes with Mesh LOD. This one basically generates LODs directly at import time, so you can have your super high-res models and then a much more performant, nice LOD. For me, I normally only make games using something like low poly assets, so for me this isn't necessarily all that useful. But if you like using realistic assets with tons of poly counts, then yep, I can see a tool like this will definitely help save you quite a bit of time, no longer needing to do the LODs yourself. Then there are also upgrades to Android XR. Apparently the package is now verified and production ready, so you've got hand mesh support, dynamic refresh rate, and visibility mesh occlusion. I have no idea what this is. I've never actually done any work with XR. It is something that I very much would love to try out. AR and VR are really interesting areas. I would love to research them, but I've never actually touched them, so I don't exactly know what this is, but still, nice to know. 6.2 also comes with new diagnostics. This is actually an interesting one that I haven't yet fully researched. For the longest time, Unity has had cloud diagnostics. This is an absolutely excellent tool. I have an entire lecture on it in my Ultimate Unity Overview course. This is a really great tool. You literally just push one button and all of a sudden you can get diagnostics directly from your players. In order to figure out what errors your players are encountering, this is an absolutely must-have tool. And it's all free, so that's awesome. It also has a user reporting subtool, so yep, this is really great. But now apparently that is being replaced by the new diagnostic experience. So yep, I will definitely have to give this a look. Like I said, Cloud Diagnostics is really awesome and I highly recommend you use it. So if this is the brand new version, I definitely am looking forward to seeing what this one is different. And diagnostics naturally is going to require player data. So for that, there's also the developer data framework. So this is something new in 6.2. Basically, this is your data, your control, your Unity. It's basically a set of checkboxes that you can decide what data Unity gets from you. And if you want, you can decide that they get absolutely no data. In doing so, it might actually limit how some tools work because some tools need some data. But it's up to you to decide. If you don't want them to have any of your data, you can just toggle those checkboxes and they will not have any data. So this is the new framework to give you full control over your data, which is very important over here for the new diagnostics tool. And of course, the next big thing, probably the main big thing about 6.2 is over here, the Unity AI beta. Now I thought this one was going to be out of beta by the time they hit 6.2, but nope. 6.2 is now fully released, but Unity AI, this one is still in beta. And because being in beta, Unity points are free and unlimited during the beta. So if you haven't yet tried out Unity AI, I highly recommend you do. It is completely free during the beta, so definitely try it out. I made an entire 40-minute video talking about Unity AI, all the various tools, the generators, the assistant, and also the developer data framework. I talked about that in detail over here in this video. So you've got the assistant, which is project aware. That is a real interesting feature. Then you've got all kinds of generators, so you can generate sprites, you can generate textures, then you can also generate some sounds, and you can generate animations. These tools are definitely quite interesting, and again, like I said, during the beta they are completely free, so if you haven't yet tried them out, definitely go ahead and do that. And in case you don't know, there's also the Unity roadmap, and over here on the roadmap, they also have a section specifically on AI. So over here, if we go over here onto AI tools, and if there we go, here we've got the roadmap for all of the various AI tools. Here you can see all the things that they have already published, like for example the hide AI button. So if you're the kind of person who absolutely hates AI, if so, then Unity definitely heard that feedback, so they made sure to add this. So you can now go into Window, Unity, Settings, General, and make sure to hide the AI menu. So if you don't want anything to do with AI, you can just go ahead, toggle this, you will never see that menu, you never have to touch AI at all. But if you do want to use it, then over here you've got a bunch of things. And of course, the important one is over here, the planned, the official pricing, which right now they still have some rough guess as to how they might price it. But like I said, during the beta, it's all completely free. Then they're also thinking about making an MCP server, creating a public API so you can use it, doing all kinds of things on the assistant, generators, and so on. So yep, if you use Unity AI yourself, if so, go ahead over here on the roadmap and make your voice heard, basically vote on the things that you think are very important. Unity AI, as far as I know, is being very actively developed. So if you go ahead and write your feedback over here on this roadmap, I am sure that the team itself will listen to it. So yep, that's Unity 6.2, which is now available. This is the latest support version, so basically if you are starting a project right now, if so, then this is the new version you should be using. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.